Hi, boys and girls. It is the creator of Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day, and I got the gift of gifts from my daughter for this Mother's Day. You ready for it? And I finally got those blue eyes I've always wanted. My daughter had this made for me. It is a Hooray Heroes specially made book. Hooray Heroes. Now let's see what she has to say about her mommy. Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day, with a special book made especially for me. I made it, Ma. I'm happy, I'm good. If I don't say that all the time, I certainly should, especially to you, because it's clearer each day. You're the reason it's true. You raised me this way. I'm listening, Jade, you always said, and you were. Bad dreams, school, wild plans, what a blur. But the words you returned, they follow me still. Your actions inspired me, and they always will. I made it, Ma, because you made sure I would. My childhood guides me. Yeah, Ma, you're good. Want some stories that prove it? Let's do it then. But first, let's pretend. We're both there once again. Remember these days? I know I do. My world was so huge. Its heroes were too. And it takes heroes, Ma, to show how I saw you. Bad news sometimes spoils plans, and mistakes I've made a few, but you always let it be, Ma, and let me lean on you. And rainy days and minor falls, when they sneak up with a frown, you champion major lifts, and I know you won't back down. It's like sunshine follows you through you've umbrellas just in case, though you have umbrellas just in case. And there's no other living woman that could ever take your place. You blow the roof off any room. You say no more to any sorrow. Never stop believing and are more lovable than tomorrow. I don't worry about a thing, 'cause you've shown come any strife, I can always be like you, Ma, and see the brightest side of life. Life isn't always fair, and sometimes justice fails. And that's when you come, Ma, to rebalance tilting scales. You start in little ways. All stories have two sides to learn. You get to know them, pass them on. The tides slowly starts to turn. Then speaking up takes guts. You have words where others don't. As the last resort, there's action. Some back down, I know you won't. And I've strayed outside your rules, made poor choices, tried to run. But I've grown richer knowing fights against your law cannot be won. So now I too fight the good fight. It's not a question but a must. I do it in your honor, my ma, the fair and just. The name Debbie. The name Debbie. It has shaken up my head. Was Ma not the only life that you led? I spied out the clues while I acted the fool, and through Debbie, and through Debbie figured out why my ma is so cool. It was moves you displayed and blind eyes you could turn, and quick quips whose slick meanings years later I'd learn. In the field you were fierce, nothing fled your control, and no matter the task, you could rock any role. Especially Ma, of that one, I'm still the most fond. Because Ma, between you and me, it's the world's coolest bond. Through life's wandering paths, where big bad guys abound, you constantly cared, Ma, that I felt safe and sound. And that comfort you spread also stretched past each tree to the uncharted forest that lay beyond me. So the further I ventured, no threat, trick, or scare met me fully alone. In my calm, you were there. Your hugs, your voice, your hand in mine, your wish good night, today as then. They're how I felt, how I feel I'll be all right. And should wolves still stalk me, well, you're always past on your cunning. So Ma, be at peace, I am. Then I sent villains running. No animals were harmed in making this book. Our planets packed with grown-ups who, from afar, may seem the same, marching quick to stay in sync. But Ma, you disprove this claim. In early days, the games we played did get delayed by grown-up things. A way of thinking I'd resist through my rebellious wanderings. I'd be different. I'd be better. And I found out as I grew that I was meant to break the mold because Ma, I was raised by you. We're all destined to grow up, but in your way, you helped me see that working hard and being proud needed mean not being me. Some compete to be alike or even hide from what they seek. But not me. My heart's like yours, Ma, true, honest, and unique. Girl, she is getting me choked up. This is what happens when your child has a book specially made for you. Things went bump in the night, but always I knew that they'd spooked the wrong girl because Ma, I had you. You charged to ward off cryptic childhood fears and weathered the worst of tense teenage years. Nowadays, I'm amazed that no matter how rough, you never seemed fazed. Your armor was tough. All those days that you saved and protection you gave make me right when I say, Ma, I'm so lucky you're brave. I still sometimes wake to bumps in the night. Then I call you to mind, and I'm ready to fight. Funny, action-packed, cool, bottomless batteries too. No, not some new toy, Ma. It's still the story of you. But if I cut to the sponsors of my childhood fun, those reasons above show why you're second to none. No level of boredom, bored with Miss Reynolds. No level of boredom stopped your good time supply. So it's little surprise that my kid years flew by. Yet so deeply ingrained in your power to play, it's not tough to pretend that life's a game to this day. So Ma, for our next move, I say we take things beyond the already infinite fun that's always guided our bond. Once upon a time, Ma, I paid no mind to looks. You were you, I was me. That's when stories lived in books. Then came movies, ads, and toys. A trio not always so kind. To the worlds of little girls whose tales of beauty they defined. But my story had a twist. Real life elegance was it. And to display its charm, to me, Ma, you were the perfect fit. With grace, no bully could outpace. You role modeled like a boss. Plus you rocked and killed a closet. Plus you rocked a killer closet. If others missed it, well, their loss. I've always been enchanted. You were you, glowing bright, ever poised to kindled beauty like cinders ready to ignite. A kid needs her rules, enriching and fair. A family needs order, commanded with flair. This takes strength and pride, forces I've always seen, delivered with power befitting a queen. And I flourished, Ma, and come into my own, emulating this leadership you've always shown. Plus you kept me on track with great tact and finesse in a fashion foreshadowing lasting success. In other words, you rule, Ma. Let history take note. When it comes to the powerful women, you'll always be the GOAT. Home, it's important to you, worked wonders for me. Home, its importance to you worked wonders for me. No matter how windy my road there might be, 'cause I was blown off course, home did get hard to find. I lacked courage, feelings rusted. I at times lost my mind, or so it had seemed. But you made sure I knew to draw back my own veils that concealed these from view. Anytime I've been lost, right up to today, I've had you to thank, Ma, for guiding my way. There's no place I'm without you. Wherever I roam, since you gave me a soul that can only lead home. I'm happy, Ma. I'm loved. Life's good. Not all girls would say that, but little Jade, she could. And in actions she did, more than words can convey. After all, she's Debbie's kid, and you raised me that way. To turn to you, learn from you, know you were mine. Make my own memories, find how I shine. I have, and I'm seeing the more I fly free. All the ways a real hero fought so hard for me. You make it look easy. In fact, you still do. I can't say it enough, Ma. For all you are, I love you. That might be my favorite page right there. It is Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day. I don't own the rights to this book that I have read to you, but I love storytelling magic. The magic of today's story is, this was given to me by my daughter for Mother's Day. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. Don't cry. My daughter graduated from college on Wednesday. I got to see her walk across the stage at Lynn University in Boca Raton. She did not have a graduation in 2020 because we were in quarantine from COVID. There was a picture of her on the lawn that year, so I never saw her graduate high school. So to see her walk across the stage and get her degree in psychology after 4 years of being in college, it was very overwhelming for me, and I did shed a little tear that day. And I have to say, receiving this book from her and hearing these words have also made me feel the same way that I felt on her graduation from college day. So here we go. Never thought I would be giving a board twirl and crying and tearing up at the same times, but having a daughter has been the greatest joy of my life. I tell her all the time, she is the best thing that ever happened to me. I love her a Googolplex, and she lost her dad 2 years ago, back in April, and so I know it was hard for her not to have him there at her graduation, but seeing how well she has done and hearing these words have made me feel like I did something right. I've tried, and sometimes it was really, really hard, and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing, but I just kept trying because I love her so much, and I just want nothing but the best for her, like all parents want for their children. Boys and girls, thank you for letting me share my book with you, and for also shedding a couple of tears. And I just wanted to say, my girl, thank you so much. I love you, Ma. I love you, my Jade. Named after the gemstone, the toughest gemstone in the world. We share the same middle name, named after Nina Simone. And yeah, it's been my honor and my privilege to be your mom. You started with me when I first started reading these books, and you've helped me along the way, and for that I will always be grateful. So thank you. I don't think I've ever gotten a better present other than becoming your mom. I love you. Bye, everyone.
because you'll always be my baby.